There's never been a better time to have SiriusXM. With even more exclusive content, with over 150 channels in your vehicle, including the widest, deepest variety of music, ad-free. Root for your team. Get news. Listen to whatever makes you laugh. And hear all about your favorite stars. Your Platinum Plan offer includes more than ever before to enjoy online, on your phone, or at home. Create your own ad-free personalized stations powered by Pandora. Hear ad-free extra channels filled with music and enjoy favorite shows with SiriusXM Video. Thousands of hours of shows and performances on demand. What you love is on now.
You know what's amazing to me is to see how much time and circumstance can completely affect the landscape of things, especially in our small industry of 12-volt electronics. And today we're talking about source units, and more specifically, we're talking about a brand that has been impacted in a big kind of way because all of a sudden, Boss Elite is a actual integral player in source units, and we're going to find out why. If you don't know, get out of under the rock, because these guys have been boogieing on the move the last 2 years with tons of innovative product, and we've got product expert Doug Kern in the studio with us today to tell us all about it. This is CMA Connected, presented by SiriusXM, Boss Elite, and it starts now. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another CMA Connected presented by SiriusXM. I'm your host, Ben Wu, and we are going down the avenue that is a source units, and a very integral part of most businesses when it comes to car audio. It's certainly the starting point for many system builds. And within this segment, obviously, needless to say, it's gone through some major crises in the last 2 years. Now, we're kind of coming out of the back end of it, but during this whole time, a lot of things have shifted, and the industry has changed a little bit. And out of it comes a brand that many of us have known for decades, but has certainly metamorphosized into a new player in town, and for the right reasons. And we're going to talk about that today. So before we get too deep into it, let's go ahead and bring in their Canadian exclusive distributor from Gemsen. He is their sales manager, and his name is Antonio Da Rosa.
Morning, Ben. How are you?
I don't know why I had to roll the R on Rosa this morning.
I don't know why you did either.
I just felt like I needed to. How are you doing today, Antonio?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm doing great. We're talking about source units, and I'm going to be completely honest, all right? Full disclosure. Did I think 5 years ago we'd be having this conversation right here, right now, about Boss Elite being an integral player in the source unit category? No, I did not. Fast forward to 2022, that statement rings true, and they're backing it up with the right product. My first question to you, Antonio, Boss Elite has certainly capitalized on the situation these last 2 years. How's the growth been for your end, from what you see on the field?
Growth actually has been phenomenal. It was a little slow at the start. The dealers had to overcome I guess their prejudice from the back in the old days of Boss. But, with the new sales strategy, with the UMAP pricing, and just with the general quality that I was seeing coming from Boss, I pushed as hard as I could the reps and everything to sell the units and get them out there to the dealers. And I can say that in probably about 80 to 90% of the cases, once the dealers had actually tried the product, they were just so pleasantly surprised and at the quality and at the performance. I mean, for the price point, I mean, we still can't compare, a Boss to a full, high-end Kenwood or something like that. But I mean, definitely for the price, you're getting a lot of bang for your buck. And with their warranty too, we offer the Boss Elite warranty to any of the units that are sold and installed by our dealers, and it's one of the best in the business. So for sure.
It's one of those things, right? Dealers were kind of, put against the wall, right? There was customers coming in a hurry, And of course, they're asking for what? They're asking for, a new source unit. They're asking for things like Apple CarPlay,
Exactly.
Android Auto. They want a bigger screen. And Boss Elite did a really good job kind of identifying those needs and wants, and were able to execute in a time where many others weren't able to execute. So give me one or two things that you've heard from dealers that they really appreciate from these units.
Well, I mean, again, it's just, how can I say, the the solid performance, and also even the GUI. I remember one case where, and I don't want to mention the other brand, but he was comparing it to an A brand, well recognized brand, and the Boss unit, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, was booting up about 10 times faster than the
Really?
competition. Yes, so they were impressed not only at the performance that it was giving, but how quickly it booted up and everything else. So that's kind of one example of something that they pointed out to me, and I thought was kind of impressive, and kudos to Boss.
Very, very cool. Well, we're going to learn all about it. We're going to go deeper diving. And if I do my job right, Antonio, I'm going to maybe, get a few goodies or nuggets of what's coming down the pipe. Because obviously these guys are kind of hard at work figuring what they're going to do next with this newfound
Yeah,
success. So,
he holds it to close to the vest. That's for sure.
oh, but we got the right guy. That's for sure. There's no doubt about it. Let's set the mood. There's a video we're going to roll here to kind of give you an up-to-date look at what Boss Audio is kind of like right now in 2022. And when we get back, we'll get Doug Kern in the studio. We're ready.
Awesome.
All right. So before further ado, let's go ahead and bring in the Vice President of Sales for Boss Elite. We've got one of the bosses in with us from Boss. His name is Doug Kern. Let's invite him to the studio.
Well, gentlemen,
How you doing, Doug?
good morning, afternoon, your time.
Absolutely. Beautiful setup you got going on there. You're certainly not doing this from your desk, and we do
Looking good,
appreciate
yeah.
that.
No, I'm in our sound test room, and where we do a lot of testing and have our units and do the long play on them and make sure we're putting out some good product.
Well, I'll tell you, Doug, you've heard me throw you a bunch of flowers during this introduction, and well deserved. You guys are experiencing some growth, obviously, certainly in the source unit category. And how has Boss Elite been dealing with this surge in demand?
Well, frantically, we've been, doing all we can to keep product flowing, and we've done a really good job on it. And in some cases, too good of a job. We get a little excited and add a lot of SKUs. If we can sell it one way, we always say, oh, we could sell it this way too by adding a camera or a pair of speakers or something. So we get a little crazy, but we have one of the best purchasing teams and sourcing teams here and in China, and with our factories. We have great relationships with our factories that go back 30 plus years. And, we've just done a real good job being able to source products. And we've done the sourcing of parts ourselves rather than relying on our sub factories that can't get everything. So we're able to source parts to keep our product flowing and, give them to our factory. So that's been a real strength of ours in keeping inventory and being able to deliver over the last couple of years.
I'm going to be brutally frank with you today, Doug. Obviously, I'm kind of dealing with industry every single day, and I hear the comments coming in from dealers. I hear the comments coming in from distributors, and through it all, it really, my eyebrows been up the entire time thinking, how has Boss Elite been able to not only flourish, grow and deliver and continue to be consistent? I think this kind of connects to what Antonio was saying. It was kind of like the perfect storm, that hesitancy that might have been there in the early stage of trying the product. Now the dealers are in a situation, well, man, if you have it, bring it. Let me try it. They try it, and now they're blown away. I see we got comments already coming in. Ryan Volkmer saying that he's blown away with these Boss Elite products, and the feedback has been nothing but good from customers. So thank you, Ryan, for that comment there. What categories, Doug, are you seeing that are the most popular right now as far as type of a source unit that dealers are really knocking out of the park?
Yeah, over the last year, and I think earlier in the year or end of last year, we did a little feature on floating head units, and that's what you see behind me. Different sizes. I have a 8 inch, a 9 inch, a 10.1 inch. You know, we're growing that category, and that's just been driving. And they're all CarPlay, Android Auto,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the key right there. Everybody wants something that's going to work with their phone, and that gives them that same look and so forth. The performance, you know, just hands free, you know, and that's been a huge strength. But also the breadth of the line. We have, I think, about 48 head, you know, source units overall. You know, 20 something of those are CarPlay Android, but we just offer across the board great price points, great features, you know, and those that aren't ready for CarPlay or Android Auto, they just want a DVD or just a screen without a DVD or CD slot. We offer all that at great price points.
Mm-hmm. So, in summary, you know, a great price point, a great value for what you're getting. Key features like Android Auto, CarPlay, which are incredibly important right now. The inventory, that's another part, and the floating screen thing. Man, you guys, I can't wait to hear what you're announcing today. If you're talking about expanding, if that's what I heard correctly. So, why don't let me not take your thunder, steal your thunder. Can you give us an overview, Doug, of what we're going to learn today?
I'm going to take you through kind of the lineup of all the source units, the breadth of the line. You're going to see all that. I'll highlight some of the new product coming, some of the new features being added to the product that's going to make it even better. And those that uh, tried it because they couldn't get, you know, the tier one brands or whatever over the past couple of years, and they've been satisfied with it. You know, now, you know, the other brands are coming back, they're delivering, but we're not really losing space or sell through because we've set ourselves in a position at certain price points and so forth. But once these new features come with our products, it's going to make us even stronger.
Amazing, exciting, and amazing at the same
Yeah.
time. All right. Well, why don't we get out of the way, Antonio, and we'll give Doug the stage. And when we come back, we'll definitely circle back to you, Doug, and have some questions for you as we listen to your presentation. Here we go.
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. All right. Well, everybody, I appreciate everybody watching and looking at this. I'm going to go through a presentation here, basically just slide by slide showing, you know, not every single one of our SKUs, but you're going to get a good idea of how big this line is. So with that, we'll go into the source head units for Boss Elite. So beginning with, and we talked about probably the, you know, the breadth of the line and what's driving so much of our business now are these floating head units and the bigger screens. Here's a 10.1 and a 9 inch. And we have an 8 inch, we have a 7 inch available, and they all basically have all the same listed there, a capacitive touch. It's a single DIN chassis, but they all come with brackets for double DIN mounting. So it's very versatile for all cars. Um, you know, they're all Bluetooth, of course, all steering wheel input ready, you know, front and rear camera ready. It's all got 4-volt front, rear, and sub preamp outputs, multicolor illumination, switchable tuner, uh, two USB ports, one for you know, CarPlay, Android Auto input, and one for 1.5 amp charging. The other one is for media playback or input and charging also. So all of these models uh, have those same features, and everybody, you know, just, you know, it's offering what they want. And the key is when the consumer is seeing this and seeing what's on the screen there, that's what they're going to see pretty much with any brand. You know, some of the functionality of them and stuff of the tier one brands may be a little different or maybe a little easier or whatever to make a change or something, but operation overall is pretty much the same. So again, 10.1 and a 9 inch. And then there's the 8 inch and the 7 inch. And if you look at, this is the 7 inch screen right here. And here's a 10-inch up here. Look at the size difference of that. So it's really, they want the big screen, but for practicality sakes, the 7-inch is perfect. So we'll go on to that again. All those same features, on all of these floating head units. Okay, coming soon in all of these formats and all the same sizes with all the same features, we'll be offering them in wireless so that you don't get into a USB for your phone to work. So once you sync one time, and then the rest of the time you jump in the car, your phone's going to automatically sync to that source head unit. And that's a growing, I guess, consumer want. They like the wireless. People say, why do they want wireless? Because they got to keep their phone charged anyways. But it does make it a lot simpler for them. And the pricing of wireless is coming down. And we've been able to work our pricing to where it's not going to be that much difference. And, you'll have the wireless feature, and you still have the plug-in to charge if you want to do that. So either way.
All right, we've got Doug that is frozen. Let's see if we can get that worked out. In the meantime, Antonio, from what you've seen so far, I like how Doug kind of started with the floating units because I think that's where the hype is really.
Yeah, right now this is where a lot of customer interest is in. So yeah, it was a great place to start. It was pretty wild to see that they're introducing the wireless CarPlay and Android Auto into some of the models. That was great news. And this 14.1 that he just put on there is just it's crazy. I don't know.
I didn't
worry about that.
So I've never seen a 14-inch screen yet, and when he mentioned that earlier prior, I was a little bit blown away. But anyways, he's back, and we're going to get him to talk about it. But it's certainly something we're going to discuss. Like, is there even a market for 14-inch? That's something to think
No
about.
idea, man.
Or maybe there is, and we don't know about it because we haven't given it to them yet, especially not in a package that boss knows how
For
to
sure.
do. So
For sure.
let's go ahead and bring Doug back. And Doug, if you could kindly load it back up your presentation, or at least go back into it and double click so we can queue it up.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. We're live. We'll fix it. We got it worked out.
Oh, hold on. That's the wrong one. Don't use that one.
Don't use that one. Okay, we're gonna remove that. Go ahead and remove that. Actually, we can remove that. All right, go ahead. There you go.
That's
there
the
we
one.
Go. All right. Let's get you set up again.
Okay, because it stopped.
At the 14.1, which
literally 14.1, and then you stopped talking. It was
like, darn! Now I'm missed it. So,
all right, Sheldon, let's go ahead and get his presentation back up, and we'll get him back up to speed on his slides. There we go. So why don't you go ahead and forward to the news you just dropped right there.
Let's see. We went through the 10.1. Yes.
There it is. There it is. Boom.
Here we go. Even bigger. And we've got an 11.6 and a 14-inch.
Oh, and he's got
Just
one.
so you know. Well, here's the 14-inch.
Wow.
Just kind of a mock-up of what the screen size, the new GUI. You can probably see a few of the new features that's going to be coming on these, and these will also be available in wireless, the 14 and the 10.1.
By wireless, you mean, just to be clear, you're talking about wireless CarPlay and Android Auto?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right.
Sorry, sorry, Doug. While you're there, I'm just going to ask you to do it. Can you go ahead and pull up what's the biggest one right now? It's the 10-inch, right? The BE10 ACP.
Yeah.
Do you happen to have a 10?
Right up here.
Okay.
Wow.
If you don't mind, oh my geez, I'm going to use the word redonkulous.
Well, you see these Teslas out there with these nice big screens, and that our target market, that's kind of limited on funds, but they want the dash of their car to look kind of like a Tesla.
We've
So
got
yeah, we made,
we've got our good friend David Singh in our comments, and yes, he noticed something that I noticed as well, that I noticed you sneakily kind of mentioned. But yes, Dave, I see that new functionality in the top right corner of that 14-inch. Very, very cool. All right, let's keep it going.
yeah. Okay, so anyway, even bigger coming. Wireless, which has been in the line since we started the Bossy Elite and delivering CarPlay Android Auto since February of 2020. We have a wireless double DIN with a 6.75 screen. And this has been delivering pretty consistently. It's been a great price point. However, just recently, as we expected, we're going to run into issue. The tier one brands are going to come out. They're going to get a little bit more aggressive, which they have. And we've seen some announcements on some lower pricing. And we're reacting. We're not waiting. We're going to keep Boss and Boss Elite where what it's meant to be. It's we as an opening price point brand, and we don't want to lose way on that by not reacting and just being a couple dollars different from the tier one brands. We need to be profitable, and we want our dealers and to be profitable, make good margins on the product. Again, to be competitive with the brand. Basic, our only model of CarPlay Android Auto with DVD slots, DVD, CD. Of course, we all know that's kind of a dying breed and a feature. Not too many kids or whatever are putting CDs and DVDs in their car. They're just doing the streaming. But we still have one in, and does fairly well. We have the Mechless models here. One is 6.5 and proud to say that 7-inch, the BE7 ACP, that MPD data, that was the number one selling head unit overall in 2021, and also in the first quarter of 2022. I have
Sorry, Doug. I'm
seen
gonna
the
stop
final
you there. What do you mean by overall? Overall in the Boss line?
in the whole category of car audio, 12-volt car audio.
Oh, wow.
That is the number one selling SKU in all throughout of all brands last year. Of course, we had every, and people tried it. It worked. They loved it, and we continued delivering. And it's still, this is our best seller. It's doubled in 7-inch, true fit. And it's been very reliable. Again, you talked about the warranty. We offer a 3-year warranty if the dealer's installing it, and that's not too many people do that. So
Yeah.
we also offer GPS model, doubled in with GPS, DVD, CD slot. This is a model that we do include a Canada map on it. This is a model typically here in the States is just the States and Puerto Rico, but the models that Jimson carries on this does have Canada and US map. Doubled in DVD head units. We have a 6.95 model and a 6.5-inch model. We also have a 6.2-inch model that's coming up right here. So we're still selling it. These are where the price points at the retail level of a full feature model that does Bluetooth for hands-free calling and hands-free streaming. Still sell very well. Again, CarPlay and Android Auto are really driving the category, but they're still, when these are half the price of a CarPlay Android piece, still a big market out there for them. And we also offer double DINs without the CD and DVD slot, the Mechless models in various sizes, 6.95, and a 6.2. Again, fully featured. Bluetooth is very important. One thing going back I didn't mention as one of the features, every single CarPlay Android model does come with an external mic. And most of these DVD models also come with the external mic, which seem to be very important out there and a demand. They like the mic that's above them, make sure if there's road noise or so forth. But I wanted to point that out. Okay. And here, any one of the we do sell a lot of these models in a package with a camera, but for the most part, at the dealer base, they want to sell that camera separately. We do have a Boss Elite rear view camera here that could be added to any one of those um, uh, source units with the screen. And then basic, CD head units. We offer one double DIN and one single DIN. Multi-color illumination, wireless remote control, pretty basic, great price points, again, but also carries our same 3-year warranty on these. And then also in the mechless format also, and a double DIN and a single DIN. So just again, it's offering pretty much across the whatever that need is that the consumer has walking through the door, Boss has it available. So going into that, that's pretty much all of it, but I thought I'd take the opportunity just to share. This is about source units, so I snuck in here a few slides. On our marine side, we also have source units. And we're one of the first, if not the only, I'm not 100% sure, that offer a marine CarPlay Android Auto model. We offer 2 models. These are all marinized inside and so forth, sealed chassis, come with a nice rubber cover. So when it's on the boat, it could be covered up just like their depth finder and so forth. But this has been a real, we've seen real growth on the marine side with the CarPlay Android Auto. Also in the gauge source units, we have several different selections. We have one there on the left, which is a 5.5, a 5-inch touchscreen model. You got a 3-inch touchscreen on the right there. You got here a square gauge radio, AM/FM, weather band, and then a round one, basically all the same features. And then a more price point one, the MGR 300B. Again, we try to hit different levels and price points. That's going to, that you don't walk a customer out the door without, you don't have the right thing he's looking for. And then we offer marine CD source units in a few different models, silver and white, detachable face, non-detachable face, and offer some mechless marine models, white, black, detachable, non-detachable. Every single one of our mechless models and CD models like this have the push to talk feature, where you just push a button and you can say, "Hey Siri, take me to the local or whatever it is with coffee." And I think and then marine accessories, the covers for the radios, the antennas, the USB input, the auxiliary cord. So that's all offered under the Boss Marine line 2 for those source units. And with that, I think that's it. And that's
right.
the lineup of the source units.
Hey, real quick, Doug, we had a message come in from Kelly Spongeberg saying that when you showed that marinized screen with the Apple CarPlay Android Auto, that it may be perfect for Harley. Have you heard any feedback on that application?
Yeah, in some cases, that is something that's in the works. That we will have is a Harley, specific source unit. that you're probably looking mid 2023 for that we have coming. That's on our
I
sourcing team, and we're looking at some other styles of source units to bring in.
And that, guys, is why you need to tune in every day to CMA Networks, because that, I guarantee you, is the first time that's ever been mentioned anywhere else. Thank you for that, Doug. All right, I got a bunch of questions as usual. You know, that floating screen market, Doug. I mean, it feels to me, and I want to hear your input on this. It seems like it's kind of taking over that whole source unit segment. Is it me, or is that where the trend is going?
It's a hot topic. I don't know if it's there. If I think the true double din, 6.5, 6.75 is still the number one selling. That double din, and for the price point also. But I think as the price points of these larger screens have come down, I mean, our 10.1, domestically, the retail is $399, which is pretty amazing. You can't find pretty much any other brand under $700, $800. So,
And just to be clear, folks, that is in USD funds.
That is US. That is US. I didn't do the calculation in my head real fast. So,
it's always about double in Canadian.
But yeah, but the floating screen, it's a hot topic right now.
Mm-hmm.
People are loving it. Every distributor I have, every retailer I have is bringing it in and trying it. We may have overdone it by having a 7, 8, 9, 10.1, now 11.6. So we may slim the line down a little bit, because I think we're looking at it that the 7-inch is a great size, but for a little bit more, I can get an 8, and they're going to the 8. So that's kind of so it's a hot topic. It is very popular, but again, true double din is the number one selling, just like our number one seller for the whole category.
Antonio, let's take a minute and appreciate that 14-inch. For me, if I'm not mistaken, that might be an industry. I have not seen anything. I mean, I know what Doug's talking about, in the new Teslas and the new Rams even, right? They've got these giant, like almost tablet-sized screens. But in the aftermarket, like what we're talking about, like a float, that's crazy. I don't know. You guys tell me in the comments. Is this something you think you can sell to customers? Is this something that, people come in, either laugh at or say, I want one? I think it's going to be one of those two situations.
Now, if we could only turn it, this way.
Oh, you're so onto something there. How about that, Doug? What if we rotate it to portrait mode?
Well, and that, again, I'm not an engineer and so forth, but our team is working on that too. I've said that from the beginning. If you could take that and go like this with it,
man, especially so now you're opening up a can of worms, Doug. I'll tell you right now.
We're not there yet.
But check this out. If you did that, then you'd have to look at OEM integration features, right? Because the reason you would want to do that is a lot of the time, a lot of these new vehicles, your climate control and all that graphics is integrated into that screen in the car. So if you were to do that, then you'd have to look at other integration options / features. Is that something you thought about?
Yeah. I mean, the engineering team definitely has thought about that, and they're working really close. I mean, the relationship and and working with, Apple, and also on the Google side for the Android side, we got to follow their rules, and the advancements that CarPlay's making with the OEMs and so forth, that's going to carry over into the aftermarket. And our team is on top of that. That's part of, not really on a day-to-day basis that I'm involved in, but yeah, Boss is going to stay on top of things to stay with the market and the changes, with cars and the, integration and so forth.
Got a good Kelly Spongeberg again. I will be able to sell 14-inch units to Ford Super Duty customers for sure. Interesting. On that note, we're talking about a lot of new features. So I don't know if you can say it or not or whatnot, but I did notice a Sirius XM logo. Some feet, is that coming down the pipe? Is that close? Is that something that we can expect soon? I mean, certainly that is a major feature, because I'll tell you why. Let me preface my comment. most dealers, and I've talked to many of them, when they're qualifying radio caliber, so you talk tier A, tier 1, tier 2, whatever, however you want to classify it. If the unit has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, that automatically puts you at another level, right? Because you have to get that certification through both Apple and Android. So that's step one. Step two, if you have features now like Sirius XM, because let's be honest, only the top tier manufacturers offer Sirius XM integration. So if that's something that's coming down the pipe, that again is yet another level up. Okay. And then finally, the last thing I'm going to mention, and we're definitely going to talk about this a little more, is entry level product with a 3-year warranty when installed by a Boss Elite dealer. That is again redonkulous value. So
Yeah.
I'll let you speak to my Sirius XM comment first.
Well, again, we are working very close. It's been in the works for quite some time. Sirius XM is, they're very busy, and we got to make sure everything we're doing is to their standards and time frame. Kind of limited on what I can say, but yeah, it's all, and it's by the end of the year, we will be delivering some models with satellite. Yeah,
satellite. I like how you said that.
Capability.
And will that be kind of replacing current models, or will it be the new models?
It'll be replacing some. Like, that's where the purchasing team kind of figure out, do we need a 10.1 without it, and do we need a 10.1 with it, and do we need a 10.1 wireless? We're thinking for Boss Elite, we're going to probably make it. It's going to be a 10.1 wireless with.
Wow, that is feature packed.
Boss Elite, again, it's a map line, it's protected and so forth. We still have regular Boss audio, and we offer a lot of these models in regular Boss. It's not quite as restricted, but there's a huge presence out there. And where the difference used to be just one was map, one wasn't, and maybe a cosmetic difference, we want to kind of separate it. Boss Elite, we're ready to really step it up in terms of adding more features, adding satellite, adding sound processing enhancements. We're working with some of those manufacturers, higher resolutions in the
screen quality. Because I would expect, I was going to say that 14-inch, I'm hoping that we're going to see a step up in the resolution specs on that.
You will definitely on these newer, bigger ones. Yes, definitely, and even the current 10.1 and so forth. I mean, the picture is really great on them already. But if there's one thing that I've heard, honestly, maybe a little better resolution would be great. Even better. So I do see a question. What is the ETA, the 14-inch?
Mm-hmm.
We're probably looking at end of fourth quarter this year. So probably
this year, that's happening for Christmas.
Probably by Christmas, we should have the 11.6 and 10 and 14-inch.
I got you in the seat, so I'm just going to ask you, how about stuff like iData Link Maestro or anything of that nature?
Yeah,
Is that something you're looking at?
When I said sound process enhancements, yeah, that's what Maestro is the one we're talking with.
Nice.
So we're getting all these other things out of the way, and in terms of the satellite, the sizes, we've done some new tooling. Also, you'll notice, like on this sample of the 14-inch, it's actually got hard buttons here rather than just the capacitive touch.
Can you put that to the screen, please, Doug? A little closer. There we go. A little higher. Oh, I see. Yes.
Whereas most of them right now, they're all just capacitive touch to hit the home screen and so forth.
And are those hard buttons, do you think they may be programmable, or are they going to be static functions?
Static.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So
very cool. I do appreciate the knob, though. The knob for volume is always a good thing. So much exciting stuff, man. The scientists are busy in the lab at Boss. I can tell you that.
Yeah, mad scientists, all right.
Any other questions you may have for Doug? I mean, he's kind of spilled the beans on everything. You're kind of a cheap date. I'm not going to lie. How about you, Antonio?
Well, I mean, you covered the ETA question. That kind of was the main thing. I guess the only thing I would have to say is, are there any plans to expand? Like, we're doing so well with Boss Elite, but are we going to expand that into marine? Is there going to be elite versions of, say, Power Sports or Marine or
Mm.
even Planet, which is another one of your brands?
What we're doing on the marine and power sports side, I don't think we're going to refer to them as Boss Elite, but we are creating, going to more of a map pricing and adding some new models that we're going to enforce map and hey, these are restricted and mapped and so forth. Just to bring, because those are two categories that are also huge for us, is marine and power sports. But we're trying to get a little bit better control of that. We are mapping a lot of that product.
Awesome. Yeah, that'd be
And
great.
then as far as Boss Elite, you'll see that line change on the audio side. New series of amplifiers coming, new speakers, and basically stepping it up with better quality products, because initially it was still very entry level, and the product we have is very entry level but good quality. But we're going to step it up to more performance and more true wattage on the amplifiers and so forth, to really make it a legitimate, hey, that's a true 1,000-watt amp, rather than how we've always, put a max rating on there and so forth, but it's at a certain price point. So dollar for watt, hey, it's great, but it's going to become more real.
And I could actually say that when it comes to Boss amplifiers, again, obviously source units in Canada are the big seller, but there are some of the Boss Elite amplifiers. I'm thinking the B1500.1 and the B1600.4 that sell very well. And customers really like them. So, I mean, aside from the whole power, I guess, issue, once people understand exactly what that thing's doing, because they're still pretty good. Yeah, it's a solid amp, and I think 5-year warranty on amplifiers.
Yes, 5 years.
Wow, 5 years.
Exactly. I mean, how can you go wrong, right?
Oh my goodness, I didn't. Well, that's a new one. I wasn't even aware of that. Okay, 5-year warranty. Now, I took some notes here in our preamble, Antonio. You had mentioned that the 7-inch floating screen was kind of a hidden gem. Could you speak to that comment, please?
Yeah, so the 7 ACP B7 ACP-FT it was only, I think, came out early this year, and so we brought it in. I thought it was a great solution for those vehicles where they got the singled in hole, but they'd like a bigger screen, and so we brought that in, and because the 10-inch would be obviously too big and block things, so we brought that in, and it started slowly, but every month now all I see is higher and higher sales numbers on that piece. It seems to be gaining in popularity. People seem to be enjoying it. I don't think I've seen any returns on that piece yet. I'm just very happy with that. And the B7 ACP, which is kind of its sister model, as you mentioned, is the top seller. So it's a good solution.
Amazing.
Yeah, the 7-inch is it's replacing the old 7-inch motorized flip out, the singled in that came out.
Yeah, I guess,
flipped up. So that seems to have killed that. And the 7-inch motorized flip outs have been the most difficult for us to get over the last 2 years.
I have to imagine from a servicing standpoint, like, phew, no more motorized to deal with. You know what I mean? That's got to be a relief on some
level. That was
level.
a big part of it.
Oh, for sure. Moving parts. Who likes that? All right, Doug, I'm going to leave you the last word. I mean, we covered the entire line, and obviously that line has grown tremendously in the last 2-3 years. You've given us a glimpse into the future of what's coming down the pipe from Boss. What would you like our viewers to remember from this session?
Well, number one, that Boss appreciates all the business. We stand behind the product. That's why we've been around 35 years. Even when at its lowest price point, whatever, we'll still honor a warranty. We take care of the customer. We've made huge steps. We grew over 30% in 2020 and over another 40+% in 2021. And even this year, yeah, things have changed and kind of got leveled off. I was comparing our numbers to 2019, and we're going to be still 30-40% above what our numbers were in 2019. And all that is due to our source unit availability and the sales and the popularity, and that it's holding up as
How important is source unit as far as percentages of sales is concerned at Boss right now?
it's huge. I would say 6 years, 5, 6 years ago, source units was maybe 25% of our business, probably 75% of our business now.
Wow. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well,
Huge.
congratulations to the entire team at Boss. That's amazing.
Yeah. So,
On that note, I want to say this before I let you go. You know, I hope that what we do, CMA with Gemsen and with you guys, we're trying to get the information out, right? We're trying to
yeah.
get the goods to the dealer so they can make the right decisions for their business. Guys, this is a brand that's been in business for over 30 years. This is a brand that's innovating and is certainly putting out value product. And there's a lot of, we'll call them no-name brands out on Amazon and eBay, that claim to make this type of gear for the environments that we play with. They don't have the history, nor can they back up the warranty and service that a company like Boss can. So I just wanted to remind you guys of that. So on that note, Doug, thank you so much for coming in today, and we certainly look forward to whatever else is coming down the pipe from
Thank you,
Boss.
Ben. Thank you, Antonio.
Take care.
And if I could just add one more thing,
Sure.
we are going to be running a promo. The guys at Boss have created an opportunity for us. We will be running a promo. I will put it out shortly after this presentation, and we will get it out to everybody so that they can take advantage of it.
Amazing. Thank you, Doug. Antonio,
right.
Stay with me for a second.
No problem.
First of all, that was great news. I didn't even know about that promo. So if you guys are paying attention, bug Antonio. He loves being bugged. Ask him for that promo. That's number one. So let's give them the information of where to get. First of all, if you're interested in Boss product, go ahead and check out the website, the entire line, Boss Elite and the regular stuff. It gives you an idea of what they're up to and everything they have to offer. So bossaudio.com. If you're a Canadian dealer tuning in, then you want to get hold of Antonio and his team at Gemsen. And specifically, especially now that maybe you're interested in maybe taking on some of the product, they have a deal going on, a promo. So make sure you get a hold of them there. Tony, what was the most exciting news you learned about today from your point of view?
Other than the 14.1.
Yeah, that's pretty big. That's 14 inches.
That's
big.
pretty crazy. But the Sirius and some of the other features like the potential Maestro implementation. I mean, again, it's coming down the pipe, so we don't know when exactly, but it just shows that they're not sitting on their laurels. They've made some inroads, and they're intending to push that envelope and make some more. So I'm very happy with our relationship with them, and we'll continue to do everything I can to grow the business for sure.
All right. And here's your last opportunity. If to tell these dealers to give you a call, what do you want them to know about Boss Elite?
It's solid, great warranty. For the price point that it is, again, I don't want to misrepresent, but just give it a try. If you haven't tried it, just give it a try. And for our dealers, we've got our B2B portal. They can go online, see the product, see the pricing, and all the more detailed features of it if they want to do a little research beforehand. But my big thing is just try it.
There you go. Just try, then you buy. That's the deal. Antonio, thanks so much for joining us today and talking about Boss Elite. Take care.
No problem. Thanks, Ben.
All right, I want to remind everybody, if you like this video and we're talking about source units, we're going to be sticking on source units right through until August 11th. And we're pretty much checking off all the boxes, going through every brand one day at a time. Keep it locked on CMA Networks for the source unit sessions. Now, if you haven't heard already, man, you're going to be hearing me talking about this next contest a lot moving forward right through till November, because it is, in my opinion, the biggest contest I have seen ever that affects the 12-volt industry. And that is, of course, CMA Networks and MasterTech Expo getting together along with SiriusXM and 5-Axis Innovations to present the ultimate fab experience giveaway. That's right, you installers, you technicians, you fabricators, sign up, register today to win an all-inclusive trip to MasterTech Expo in Mesa, Arizona in 2023. It'll include flights, we're including hotels, we're even feeding you. And we're also drawing one winner from the US and one winner from Canada. There's no cash value, and winners will be drawn on November 23rd right here on CMA Networks during our roundtable show. That's the MasterTech Ultimate Fab Experience giveaway. Make sure you check that out. Head over to our website and or it's actually cmanetworks.com/giveaway and sign up today. Of course, while you're there, check out our website, cmanetworks.com. If you like this video and every other video in every other category, cmanetworks.com has got you covered. Check out, even if you want to see anything we've done with Boss, go check out Doug Kern's profile under our trainers tab. That's it. Thanks for tuning into the CMA Connected presented by SiriusXM. I'm your host, Ben Wu. Until next time, we connect.
I mean, yeah, let's talk about
Stop
today's the day where I'm gonna go
Yo.
topics.
Roll it down.
I am.
You don't need a car to listen to SiriusXM. You can listen anywhere. You know that, right?
What? Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio.
Kevin, you could use your phone.
What? What?
Alexa, play Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio on Sirius XM.
What?
This is how I know you're getting old. I guess that was it.
What?